There was a question one time about what kind of equipment I'm using. So typically I use these two. The one in the forward side here, that's my Panasonic. It's a shoulder mount. So when I'm walking around the nursery, I'm using that one. And I'm using the built-in mic on that. A lot of times when I have a workshop too, I'll use that. So this one here, when I'm out walking around, like when I do the nursery tour, I take this one because it sits on my shoulder and it's much more stable that way. And I use the internal mic. Okay, this is the one that I normally use. And I usually clip a microphone on me so that the volume stay constant. And I use the low and high tripod on wheels so that I could move it along without resetting every time. And I'll switch these cameras back and forth depending on the shots that I want. So hopefully that will answer the question of what kind of equipment I use. Then the question is, hey, wait a minute, if those are the ones that you use, how you get in all this video? I'm using is my travel camera. So it's smaller, lighter, it's high def, and it's easier for me to carry it out when I went for digging, right? So yeah, going down to get these trees, you have to pull it up the hill. I didn't want to take my big camera. So anyway, let's get started on the project. I think we're going to start from the right. That's my ume. I think that was the most prized one that I'm looking for. And then the ones that are also deciduous, I think it's a mulberry. Hopefully it's not a silk tree. And then we got a handful of olives. So I'll go ahead and get these in containers, then you'll see what I was after. Okay, well, I got them all potted up. So how many do I have? 10, 13? Well, I'm glad I'm trying to reduce my inventory. So, well, most of the people make the mistake at this stage. They try to start making a bonsai. No, the first step is get it to survive. And then once it thrives, then you start shaping. So that was the main thing. I did cut it down so that I get some basic lines started. But basically, I just want these to survive first. The things that you have to do is think about sometime you get a dieback. So where it's supposed to go, right? And to the thin side, but I left enough of the bigger one to the right so that in case it starts to die back, it will not harm the main line that I was going for. Today is the 3rd of January. It might be a little early, but there was a break in the weather. The ground was nice and soft, so I took it. I'm going to say goodbye for now, but there was a comment. Well, occasionally I get these comments that if I buy a little better camera, I'll get better resolution on YouTube. Actually, it's not the camera. I have good enough cameras. They're both high def, and then I could get it up to 4K. But when I upload, we use the standard setting. Well, that's because I don't have good Wi-Fi out here. So if I try to upload high def, you might get one every other month. So you're gonna have to put up with that a little bit less resolution until we get to the point where I get better Wi-Fi. And then I could zip it up there with like everybody else. But I live in the country, it's a beautiful place, but we just don't have a decent Wi-Fi yet. And hopefully we get all these new development, hopefully they'll encourage them to give me a high speed. So that kind of covers that aspect. Okay, so I guess I'll say goodbye for now. Usually I water these in by hand, but there's a storm coming, so I'm going to leave it outside. The rainwater, natural rainwater, is always better than what you have at home. I have well water, which is good, but I don't know why, but I always like the rainwater. So I'm going to leave this cart outside, and by tomorrow, it should be well watered. Okay, see you again real soon. This is Hero saying goodbye. Bye.